Alright, welcome to session 3 of Unit 4, and it deals with planning for mathematics instruction. The objective is, at the end of this session, you should be able to plan for your mathematics instruction. We are dealing with lesson plan. The lesson plan is a clear, concise daily record of a teacher's lessons for the week, showing what he or she plans to do daily. Research indicates that careful development of ideas with clear explanation, careful questioning, and use of teaching and learning materials is particularly important in teaching mathematical content. It also involves, or lesson plan also involves, anticipating how students might mathematically approach the instructional tasks you will be assigned to them during instructions. Anticipating student response includes the teacher thinking about how students are likely to interpret the task, the varied approach they might use, correct or incorrect, and their underlying mathematical concepts, representations, procedures, and practice as they relate to what you expect to have learned at the end of the lesson. The following are some important points the teacher should consider in planning for mathematics lesson. 1. Or A. The objective the student will attain. The key questions to ask during the lessons. Another point is the materials to be used. Then the comments in the teacher's guide or teacher's handbook for teaching the topic. Then the stages and or the order in which the content will be practiced or will be put. These are some of the points the teacher should consider planning a mathematical lesson. Importance of planning lessons. Planning for mathematical instruction is important for a number of reasons. 1. It helps the teacher to establish definite objectives for a lesson. The purpose of the lessons are indicated clearly to help him or her to avoid omissions and mistakes. Another importance for planning your lesson is that it helps the teacher to state or choose the aspect of the curriculum to be imparted to the class at a specific time frame or period. Then another important for planning your lesson is that planning helps the teacher to obtain the necessary information from books or people. It also helps to identify and prepare the teaching learning materials or activities. Both materials and activities to be used during the lessons to support the teaching learning activities. So your planning will help you to pick appropriate materials to be used during the activities, and to also help you to plan the activities that the students will be engaged in at or during the lesson. The fourth point is that planning helps the teacher to know what he or she will do and say throughout the lesson, and to have interesting materials prepared and arranged for use. It's a plan that will help you to get interesting materials that will be appropriate for a particular lesson. And planning will also help the teacher to present or the presentation of the lesson in logical stages to attain the intended learning outcome. the planning that will help you to know how to present your lessons, the stages that you are going to use in presenting your lesson. What do you see as which type? That's what planning will help. What planning will do for the teacher. And planning helps the teacher to avoid unnecessary repetitions. So you don't go around the circles. You know what you are saying at every point in time. This can be only be achieved when proper planning is done. Number 6, planning helps the teacher to ensure that a lesson begins interestingly. To maintain a good pace throughout and to ensure that a lesson ends satisfactory. So plan, as you are saying, it avoid or help you to avoid repetition, and by so doing you know what you are saying at every point. It helps you to begin the lesson interestingly and maintain a good pace throughout the lesson. Know when to slow down, when to move fast. All these things can be achieved when proper planning is done. It also enables the teacher to plan how to increase student involvement or to make the lesson more participatory. Planning helps in holding the students' interest and attention, whether they are working as a total class or in a smaller group or in individual. It's planning that will help the students to attain or hold their interest and attention. It enables the teacher to make adequate preparation for specific problem areas. So as you have planned, you know where the problems are and how to deal with them, and you can anticipate the problems that will even arise when you have done proper background work and you have done proper planning. Planning creates a feeling of confidence for the teacher. He or she knows what he or she wants to do. Because you have planned very well, your confidence will be higher because you know what you are saying at every point in time. And planning also gives the teacher a way of judging how the lesson went. That is, it helps the teacher to evaluate his or her behavior and response, and the response of the student during the lesson. Planning also serves as teachers plan tasks to be performed at specific period as stated on the timetable. It makes it easier for substitute teacher to teach in the absence of the class teacher. This brings us the end of this session. In this session, we'll learn about the lesson plan and its importance.